Welcome one and all to the opening of the Blue December Finals. My name is Peter Canterbury-Hunnell, joined by D-List today, and we are jumping into our first round of ESL competition without wasting a single breath. ANG representing the USA up against Severe, the international squad.
And now Counterfeit ANG versus Severe. That's going to be one hell of a matchup kicking off today's competition. Right here, Severe. They will find the first 2 kills, but ANG, they fight back immediately here between Severe and ANG. We must say that ANG, they haven't played as of recently, so they might be rusty, considering that last time they played was back in December last year.
And guys, do bear in mind that we'll be having double giveaways through the course of today's competition. As you see these guys play, as you see these matches come to a close, then we will be tearing through them. Welcome back everyone. Hero Gaming Simon, Raven Anime over on Twitch, Lion OP, and anyone else who might still be around. Get your entries in. We've got the double giveaways. We've got to give these credits away. They're burning a hole in our pockets, much as we're seeing Severe burning a hole in ANG.
Severe for now, coming in, swinging and winning this game, finding kills all over the place, and ANG, they can't keep up. Right here, looking at Vinay, 2 kills that he can talk about, but I think there's people on the side of Severe that have a higher score. You can see right there the top fragger, 7 kills, and we're only 1 minute and 30 seconds into this match, so that is a lot of kills coming in from Masuo.
Doing some real nice stuff with that imp. Are we dancing around all over the place? So Hand, welcome back to the stream. Joined by dealers for today's competition. And we'll be running you all the way through. For any of you guys who are coming to the stream for the first time, this is ESL official competition. These are all best of 3 matches up into the finals. And the competition taking place today, monthly finals, which means that we are quintupling the normal prizing. Normally $100 on the line for each tournament. This time, the $500 prize pool is what these players are fighting for.
And for Severe, they are on the road to getting to the grand final and have a chance at winning their fair share of those $500. Now here, ANG fighting back, deploying that military support, finding 2 kills with that airstrike. Good for them, but immediately Severe, they fight back, pull in their own airstrike and find 2 kills of their own. So ANG, while they do find some shining light, Severe, they immediately fight back.
OBS has been a bit funny. Is it still working? There we go. Sorry about that. If there was a hiccup on that, it seems to be working now. Anyway, yes, Severe looking pretty good right now. As you mentioned before, Masuo definitely taking the lion's share of the points so far, as Severe come rushing ahead into our opening bout. The love of BSW working out pretty darn well so far. And notable as well, Masuo is working without much in the way of backup. The rest of the Severe squad attacking from the other side.
Now Severe, they have crossed the 40 kill mark, now very close to winning this first match. Severe, they placed 4th place in the Blue November Finals 2 weeks ago. They managed to win a few games and go all the way to the semifinals. That's what they're going to be trying to do here today, but they want to move past the semifinals, and going up against ANG, they have a fair shot at doing so, considering how ANG, they are looking a bit lackluster here in the first map. And again, we can talk about how it may be because of ANG not being that active as of lately, and thus being behind on practice.
Yes, first point going across to Severe, very well executed. As you said, D-List, when it's high stakes competition, you need to be putting your best foot forward, or you're going to lose out everything. So as we take a look back across, MIT joined Masuo as one of the top scorers for Severe, but 7 on the side of ANG also pulled out a very strong performance.
Great performance from Severe, coming in with a top fragger of 16 kills. That's exactly what you need to see from them. Now we just need the rest of the team to step up and support that top fragger.
So let's take a look, since we jumped right into our first game of the day, as to who we've got on the card. So we've already taken a look at Severe and ANG in our opening bout. Note that when they go, whichever one of these goes through to the semi-final, will be facing off against the winner of Roxas and Xenovia.
And now Roxas versus Xenovia. We must say that Roxas, obviously, they are the big favorites to win that matchup. These guys, they have been so dominant, have won a load of competitions, both in recent history and in the past. So, I'm sure that whoever wins this competition have a much harder task ahead of them.
Alright guys, so we'll be looking to get ready for our second encounter between Severe and ANG. So stay tuned, get your entries in on Twitch as fast as you can, because we won't be able to keep that giveaway open for very long at all as we pile drive through today's competition. We shall return in 7 minutes or less with the continuation of the Blue December Finals. Welcome back everyone, our quarterfinals continues, ANG versus Severe. Now headed to the construction site to build ourselves a snowman out of grenades. Yeah. Let's give it a try.
Alright, Pete, let's see if we can build a snowman out of grenades, and hopefully it won't go off towards the end. Now, Severe, they're looking to build themselves a dynasty by winning this matchup and going into the semi-final once again. That's what they did in the last monthly final. This time around, they want to take it just further and move all the way to the grand final, but they're gonna have to go through most likely Roxas in that upper semi-final, who are looking like an unstoppable beast.
Taco reckons it's going to be Roxas who take the tournament. I think that's a pretty respectable option to have here, certainly based on their historical performance. They pretty much come into any tournament that they play in as favourites, but as Steelers has noted in the past, Roxas have started to show some cracks in the otherwise unbeatable facade that they put forward. You have to wonder, when those cracks start to widen, if some or other of these teams will start to sneak in more than one win.
That is true. The further you go, the more dominant you are, the harder you will be dethroned, and that's something that we might see come out here from Roxas in the near future. But for now, they are looking like gods that cannot bleed, and I'm yet to see a single team rival them at the very top.
Well, Immortals, we'll put that name to the test. Terran G, owner of ANG, currently doing their darndest to carry on fighting it through this second game. Last chance here for ANG to even go and try for that poison chalice that is the semi-final spot against Roxas. Tempu, I'm sorry that your feelings, I don't know. I honestly don't even know what that collection of emoticons communicates. But I'm glad that all you guys are here with us tonight to enjoy the very top level of MC5 competition.
Now, ANG starting to creep their way back here against their opponents, but obviously Severe have looked like the better team, and it's a far way to go.
Taco Gaming giving the shout out to MIT, and a well-deserved one for the Severe side. Been doing absolute crazy good stuff in short range. The recent nerfs to the hipfire, well, I'd say not even that recent anymore. The hipfire nerfs, you know, certainly making it a lot tougher to be able to operate these BSWs, these sniper rifles in very short range, but not impossible if you're skilled enough.
That is true, Counterfeit, and obviously here in today's competition, some of these players, they are skilled enough. Talking about skill, Fold right here finding another headshot, looking to take on two members, but will end up being knifed to death.
ANG trying to coalesce themselves into a hard, tough center. They don't want to give Severe more room to keep getting those kills through. And it seems to, at least right now, be working moderately well. ANG have caught up with Severe, the international squad. And with only a little bit of time left on the clock, these 3 fleeting minutes, we could be seeing a game 3.
We certainly could. It's very close. It's not over yet. But here we go. ANG finding 1 kill. Starting their comeback right here. Finding even more kills. Coming out with a push. And Severe, they're finding themselves with the backs against the wall.
S7 doing a real nice job in that last exchange. Of course, the sniper fire means that nobody's safe wherever they might tread. As Severe try and catch themselves up, could all turn back very quickly. Severe now drawing equal with the American squad ANG. It's anyone's game as the final few kills come and arrive in our laps.
Now with 2 minutes and 20 seconds left to go, these two teams, they can wait it down. They can slow the game down. There's no need to rush. There's no need to hurry. Right here, another kill comes in. And that's going to be a load of trade of kills. 46 to 46 right here. Terran G finding a kill onto Fold. 47 to 47 as Geronimo finds another kill. And Severe, so close they can taste it.
ANG only 2 away, but Tsunami makes it just the same for Severe. Tsunami gets another, but I don't think it's got any more frags available. MIT comes from behind, and it's ANG who are knocked out of the tournament by a single point.
But man, they were so close in that in this last game. 1 kill, Counterfeit, is all that separated these two teams. ANG, they fought their way back. We must give them praise for that. Looked much better here in game number 2. But Severe, just slowly creeping in there and finding those last few frags, meant that they will move in to the semifinal, and they will be facing. Well, that is to be decided, but it's either going to be Xenovia or Roxas.
Alright, so let's see about getting things done. We'll leave the Twitch giveaway open for just a little bit more. But we will be drawing that very soon. For you guys, if you'd like to play live on stream, please do come and use the passkey ESL123 as you'll be able to see on stream as we're setting it up. We'll let you guys play during the break and show off your skills, while the rest of the stream, of course, will be dedicated across, at least for the most part, to the performance of our professionals from the various different teams taking part in the competition today. Alright. So come and join us, everybody. If you please, we'd like to see what you're made of.
We would love to see you guys fight here on the stream. It gets a bit tiresome looking at Peter not winning any battle royales because, you know, guys, if you follow the streams, you know that that guy, he doesn't know how to aim down his sights.
Well, Deedless, I can tell that you have been
Please
sad
don't
in
hit me.
Oh, jeez, that escalated quickly. I can tell that you were watching this afternoon stream and you did not witness me single-handedly win a battle royale on iOS myself. Admittedly, it's only at the start, but I believe this is the beginning of a new age.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, maybe.
Do you believe that you're gonna be the king of battle royale?
I mean, I am. There
Mate.
you go. Raven Anime saw it. Raven Anime knows I didn't make up the whole thing.
You know what? I can give you the title of the king of battle royale on iOS, but I'm sure I'm the king of battle royales on PC.
Oh man, I think we need to have a battle royale battle stream at some point where we get like, because you can do those things on Twitch where you kind of like side by side two streams, and we can figure out a scoring system where we just play as many battle royales as possible in say an hour, and then have a scoring system to see how many points you can rack up. We'll have to give that some thought during the break. But guys, we've got enough to get this one started. So, of course, you can come and join in whenever you like. But the sooner you get here, the better your chances of winning and showing off for the world. We shall return after the break with a return to our ESL competition. But for now, it's over to you guys. Show us what you're made of during the break. Welcome back, one and all. Taco Gaming, you devil. No Crispy this time. Sad face. But well done, Taco and Cosmic, for rocking out the top of that scoreboard. Now, Deedless. Actually, older phone. We were going to do something else, but instead, we have got ourselves a semi-finals. We've already got our key.
A semi-final?
Yes. Let's see. So I think it's going to be Roxas. Actually, so we'll get to see the game that we were talking about before. The Poisoned Chalice won from that quarterfinal for Severe. They beat out A&G, and now they go up against the toughest competition in the whole tournament. So, good luck, Severe. You're going to need it.
You definitely are. It's like you're going up against a team that have won literally every competition, every weekly tournament in February. They won the Blue November finals. They've only lost 6 games out of the last 41. These guys, they are more or less unstoppable. And Severe are gonna have to put up one hell of a fight just to have a single shot at winning one game against Roxas.
Well, the teams will, of course, be getting ready as we speak. It looks like we've come to this one a little bit early on, so we'll head to a micro break while the teams do get ready. But when we return, our semi-finals will kick off. So don't go anywhere at all. Will we see Roxas finally fall down to have Severe got what it takes? We'll find out in just a few moments' time. Welcome back to the Blue December Finals. Severe now have their chance to go up against Roxas. A incredibly hard task, but if Roxas can do what so many others have failed to do, then they will take Roxas' place in the final and stand a chance of taking home the biggest prize of the day.
You must say, Severe, they do find that first blood, but they need more than a first blood to win against Roxas. As I've highlighted before, they are the most dominant team in the history of MC5. These guys, they're here to stay, they're here to win. And I don't think Severe are going to be able to just take a single game off of Roxas. No, they're not going to be able to make a dent in the armor of Roxas.
Well, she said it's lonely up at the top of the mountain. Perhaps Severe can gather up a bit of that old international magic to take down Japan. It takes a coalition of all the different places in the world. And while, you know, Roxas, they have seemed untouchable for such a long time. She said they have started to drop games in a recent memory. And at some point, something's got to give.
That's true, Counterfeit. And obviously, talking about magic, Severe right here might be able to use an Alahomora spell to unlock a few doors, to unlock a way for them to get into the grand final. At least using a bit of magic might be in place for them, considering that they are fighting against a team that are so good. So I wouldn't say it would be cheating if they used Alahomora just to open a few doors here and there.
Makoto and Masuo having a little scoot around inside, trying to find themselves a way back into this game. But you're right, Dealers. It's, I think, any options at the availability of Roxas, at the end of Severe when they're fighting Roxas, should be absolutely used. I have to wonder, if you're on the Severe side, what it's going to feel like when you're in these December finals, you're going up against this, and to step in the ring with a team with the pedigree of Roxas, how you come into a game without already feeling like you're defeated before you even started.
It's a good question, Counterfeit, and I'm actually not sure how you do that. It feels like this is kind of like the Battle of Battle for Hogwarts, where it's on one side you have Voldemort and on the other side you have Harry Potter and his friends. And I just right here, I don't see a way for Harry Potter and his friends to actually win.
Oh gosh. Well, I'm instantly regretting this decision to bring Harry Potter discussion into this. I was like, no, you'll find a way to bring it in a seamless way, or not, or not.
I just said that it feels like the Battle of the Hogwarts, just where this time around Harry Potter is not gonna win because he's, well, Severe.
Okay, let's narrow the focus a little bit. So we've got a pretty healthy advantage thanks to Zero. We can call them, I'll tell you what, Dealers, just for you, we'll call them Zero Us. Zero Us Black. Okay. Certainly, Roxas have been in the black for a while here, been giving Severe some withdrawal symptoms. I know, I'm kind of mixing my metaphors pretty heavily there.
Well, you know what Roxas are going to give to Severe. And now you just need to say, no, I do not, no, I do not, Jasper. What are they going to give?
I'm so confused. Let's reset. Alright. Apologies, guys. It's been a pretty long weekend, and this is our fourth tournament of the weekend, so I do apologise if we lose our minds a little bit, as Roxas are continuing to show why they are the titans of MC5. I discussed this with the chat in the previous tournament. Victory of Lords, on the red side of things, are another team who've been, on the top of the heap for a while. But, when it's compared to Roxas, I'd love to see the two teams actually play one day, but it feels like Roxas are just so much more entrenched at the top, where, I don't imagine anyone would even take, if this was a betting game, I don't think people would even take bets that Roxas weren't going to win on any given day. But eventually, I mean, it's got to happen, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be here and now in this game.
No, you're right. And here in this game, I feel like Roxas, they are just solidifying their lead simply by just playing it slow, forcing Severe to come to them, finding picks with those snipers. They're playing this game so well because they have snipers up top, so all the way in the back line they just have a few guys that are able to help the likes of Rai and Helios pushing forward, and that means that they can always trade kills, they can always back each other up, and this game kind of feels again like a underdog story, where Severe, they, well, are just falling further and further behind. They forgot how to duck, dodge, dip, dive, and, well, dodge.
I think Severe would be just happy to get the hell out of dodge right now. They're so far behind our #1 seeded team. I mean, I feel like we still... Let's try and look for the good news here. MIT, who's received a lot of respect from the chat in previous times, has at least got a positive KDA. per team, so that's something to build on. As it's, yeah, I feel a little bit cruel kind of highlighting someone who's having a very tough game, but you've got 11x who you kind of you take away if you bring down 11x's deaths to say 6. Yeah, actually, to be fair, Severe probably are still losing pretty hard. I'm trying to figure out a way. Sorry, the whole point of this being is I'm trying to figure out some kind of foundation that Severe can build on coming into game number 2. But right now, it's Severe is spending so little time on their feet that I don't know what they do.
It feels like they have to play it more aggressive, but we also know that Roxas, they are more than capable of playing aggressively, that they are more than capable of just changing their strategy to match that of their opponents. And, well, right here, Severe, they try to play the slow game, but Roxas, they say, alright guys, we can play the slow game too. We are better at landing our shots, and we will just run down the timer while having a gigantic kill lead.
And the trifecta of strong scores from Roxas, Rai, Zero, and Kiri, all with 9 kills and a varying amount of deaths. You noted MIT, I think the only player from Severe to maintain a positive KDA. I mean, maybe it's a little early to call time on this one. Certainly Severe have got another chance to stay in the competition, but right now Roxas showing no sign of slowing. Our Facebook giveaway is currently live. Please do get your entries in there while you can, because once this round is over, so will our Facebook giveaway. Hashtag quarter if you want to enter in. You may well have very little time to do so. We'll be back in just a few minutes' time with game number 2, Severe versus Roxas. The semi-finals continues. Welcome back, everyone. We are jumping out onto the battlefield. We've got just a few moments before we come back with our next official ESL game. So if you'd like to come and join in, then I pity you, for I am the Roxas of this battlefield. Look upon me, ye mighty, and despair. I'm trying to psych myself up before I come into the game.
Well, Peter, I don't think you need to suck yourself up because
Psych.
you do it. Oh, psych.
Just to be clear, guys. Just to be clear.
Yes. So what I'm saying is that Peter, he is obviously the best MC5 player on planet Earth.
They invented new planets just for me.
I would be afraid of that guy. I wouldn't want to fight him at all.
You having a giggle? I'll scrag you. I'll swear on me mum. Alright, where are we gonna drop?
Airport.
Oh gosh, alright.
Well, I like the airport. I
mean, I've made it a big part of whenever I do Battle Royale to make a real point of saying airport is a terrible place to drop in my experience. It's so incredibly dangerous.
Well, that's just because you're not good at the game then.
Well, I mean... Oh, hello. Case in point. Yep. This is literally what happens every time you go to the airport. There's so many people in such a small space, you can't see anyone coming, but there's loads of really long sight lines where someone can just shoot at you from somewhere you can't even see them, and they'll kill you.
But that is where all the good loot is.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. Get good, man.
Oh, also, the challenges have been revealed.
The challenges?
You know, the challenges on the Battle Royale stream. We'll look at them next time. Basically, it's kind of what you would expect, which is that... if it just gives you a bunch of objectives to earn some more coins with.
Oh, nice.
Alright. So yeah. Well, guys, let me know. For any of you guys who play Battle Royale, what do you think? Firstly, I'd say that while there is good stuff in the terminal, there is very poor loot on this main part of the airfield, considering how many people are here to how much stuff there is. And like areas like this are massively wide open. You've got people shooting you from up there and from up there. Sadly, you can't get on top of the airplanes. That would be fun. But like I can't think of a single time apart from when I've just gotten very, very lucky where I've come into the airport, spawned in, and not just gotten mobbed by people as soon as I started firing.
Well, I believe the airport is one of the best places to spawn because there's a lot of good loot there. What are you laughing? I'm not joking.
Hero Gaming Simon, what do you think? What do you think, Coach number 2? I'll tell you what, D-less.
He's the fake coach. I'm the only real coach.
Let's just spawn into airport again and let's see how many seconds we last this time. Oh, we've actually got a real gun, so that probably helps a bit.
Hey, Cricky. That's not a knife. That's a real knife.
This is exactly what I mean. As soon as you start fighting someone else will come up behind you and start shooting you. Ooh. Oh.
You can do this, Peter. You can do it. Do it, Peter. Don't die. Get them weapons.
Okay, well, the fact we haven't died right now is an improvement on what normally happens here. But, like, I know, well, I guess the only place which is worthwhile looting is the terminal. Like, because there's...
I
Like,
think, like, the crates is a good place. Oh, we have a code, Peter.
oh, thank goodness.
We just got a code. Congratulations.
Phew! We escape this time round. So, we're going to draw our Facebook giveaway winner. So, it's going to be Horace Ciaz home. And, let's see. Horace and Jamie, you are tagged on Facebook. So, congratulations, guys. Just post your dog tags and platforms. Remember, we've got 2 giveaways on each of our platforms today. We'll be moving on to Mob Crush for our next one. So let me just put that up on the screen right now. So let's see. So we've got our... oh, yes. I see. So we've got the next code. Marvelous.
That's going to be the... Wait, no, that's not the grand final. That's the second game of our upper semi-final.
Yes, so that's Severe versus Roxas.
It is indeed.
Taco Gaming, could you... Taco Gaming is talking about the 4-finger HUD to get OP accuracy. I don't actually know what that is. Taco Gaming, could you send me a DM about that? And then perhaps I can show that to other people, because that sounds interesting. I mean, I imagine that all of the players who are playing here today are going to be using the best possible setup that they can. So I think our teams are just getting ready. So we shall return in just a few moments' time with the continuation of our semi-finals. A ticket to the grand finals on the line. We'll be back in just a few moments' time. Welcome back, one and all. Roxas versus Severe once again. Now, we may have been tempted to call this in favor of Roxas based on their dominating Game 1 performance, but Deedless, I choose to believe that Severe have still got a fight in them, even the small possibility of taking the series back from Roxas. I light a candle for Severe's chances.
And you know what, kind of fan, I admire the fact that you think Severe, they can win this game. I would love to see Severe put up a fight against Roxas, but the way that they do so is by changing up their playstyle, by being more aggressive. They can't fight in such a passive way against Roxas, because that didn't work in game number 1. You need to up the tempo. Right now, Severe, they are finding a few kills, but Roxas, they can play pretty much any style. We've seen them do that before. And a lot of these guys, they are running the Cock Vs and they're running those Slack 7H and the DBSs. So they are ready to pump up the tempo. And right here, Zero dropping down, looking for a kill, will go down. But Roxas, they are ready to go for that aggressive play.
Well, Deedless, I do believe in Severe, and right now they're looking pretty darn good for themselves. Of course, there's always a danger when a team starts to do well unexpectedly that they will start to lose their focus, but I have to imagine what's keeping Severe focused right now is the knowledge that the difference between winning this game and not winning this game is a minimum of $150. You know, if that's not going to be enough to focus up your team, then I don't know what will be.
It's a big difference, kind of fit. And right now, we're seeing these two teams just taking it slow and steady. Once again, Severe, they're trying their hand at playing the slow playstyle against the Roxas, but Roxas, they are trying to flank around, finding some kills here and there. Kiri finding a kill, Ryusei also finding a kill, and suddenly the lead that Severe they had going for themselves is completely reduced.
I have been admiring from Severe that we're backing each other up very well, but some of the troubling tendencies I was seeing from somebody's... Oh, wait a second, actually. Hold the phone there. Severe just took chunks out of Roxas. And what I was trying to say before everything went to hell is, it feels like when Severe are backing each other up, they're actually doing pretty darn well. But if Roxas can, find even fights or can find fights in their favor, then Severe fall to pieces just as quickly.
They certainly do, but for now, Severe, they have been able to just stand their ground against Roxas, but Roxas, whenever they find one kill, they usually add another one on top of that, and Severe, they're only finding one kill at a time, so they are slowly falling behind. Roxas right here, with 3 minutes and 50 seconds left to go, are quite close to actually getting back into this game. Only 3 kills is all they need to get even, 4 kills to put themselves into the lead. Right here, Kiri and Zero finding 2 kills, and suddenly this game just explodes a bit.
Right, picks up 2 though. In return, Severe come fighting back. The halfway mark has been reached as Kiri... It's almost a tale of just a few players in this game, because Kiri, so far 6-0, takes their first death of the game. But 11X and MIT for Severe carrying the load of the team's hopes in this game. It feels like Roxas have... Their whole team is able to pick up a whole lot of points, but very, very top-heavy for the Severe lineup.
Roxas, they cannot afford to make a single mistake. Neither can Severe. For Roxas, they want to go into the grand final. They want to continue to be the most dominant team here in today's competition and continue to have a great win rate. Now for Severe, they can't make a mistake, because if they do so, they're going to fall out of this semi-final and they're not going to have a shot at getting into the grand final. So if they make that mistake, they're out.
Roxas takes the lead for the first time in a while. Severe starting to bleed out kills, just as you said. Of course, Helios continues to put in those big numbers, but it's Kiri the one to watch. 7 and 3. That kill-death ratio cannot be denied. Those 4 more kills than deaths, nearly the entire difference between Roxas and Severe right now. MIT and Levin managed to grab 2 for themselves. MIT gets another. So close for Severe. They have to win this game. Roxas, they've got another chance in another round. But, of course, they don't want to give the opportunity of an upset.
It's suddenly a very close game, Counterfeit. Severe only behind by 1 kill. They've had the lead for so long, but now Roxas, they are back. But, oh! Makoto finding 2 kills there with a frag grenade, and that makes it an even game.
Makoto will jump out and pick off another. Severe ahead by just a single point, but Kiri comes and ruins everything, but 3 back from Severe just as quickly. It's all going to come down to these last few moments. Could we see Roxas drop a game here? Severe, they keep teasing us. They're so close to evening up the series.
Will they be able to do so? That's a frag grenade from Helios. 46 to 47. 3 more kills for Severe. Then they are at least evening up this semi-final. Makoto finds kill onto Ryusei. 52 seconds left to go. Kiri finds kill onto Makoto.
All last few moments. Severe get one onto 11x. It's all coming in clutch. Kiri gets one more through. 48 to 49. Right as well. But MIT, the last second point. And Severe, by the slimmest of possible margins, stay in the tournament.
By a single kill, Severe, they managed to stay, as you said, Counterfeit. And they even out this semi-final. Now we have a single game that will decide whether or not Roxas, they will be able to move into the grand final and have another shot at winning a monthly final. We're going to go to the streets. Sorry, we're going to go to conversion rather. And we're going to have to see if Roxas will continue their dominant performance or if Severe, they can make a miracle happen.
We shall see, we shall see. Let us know, guys, do you believe in the power of a Severe expression, or will Roxas continue to perform? We shall return in 7 minutes or less. Alright guys, welcome back. So, unfortunately, it looks like we won't be able to see the second, or rather the third encounter between Severe and Roxas due to an admin decision, which has led to Roxas advancing to the grand finals. So while we wait for everything to be put into place, we're going to head out onto the battlefield once more. Now, our Mob Crush giveaway is currently open, so if you want to get in there and maybe snag yourselves 300 credits, please head across to mobcrush.com/monocombat and type in #Semi. For now though, we head out onto the battlefield just to kill ourselves a little bit of time, as well as find ourselves a delicious breakfast.
Isn't it a bit too early for a breakfast, Peter?
Well, I don't know where this island is, but I like to think wherever it is, it's always breakfast time.
I'm not sure I agree, but for the sake of argument, sure. Since you're saying that it is a virtual world, which is obviously right.
It's virtually breakfast time.
Yeah.
Alright, where are we going to drop?
Well, you know what I would say. So, how about you make the pick for once?
Alright, let's go for Ikaba. I'm looking forward to the... Well, I'm not sure exactly when it's coming, but once this Battle Royale gets updated again. I don't know if it will be as dramatic as before, but honestly, anything new is good by me. Ooh, cool. So we got ourselves a decent amount of stuff. I don't actually go up here very often. Aha, we can already see loads of people coming our way.
Kill him, Peter. Do it. Do it, Peter. Run away, Peter.
Well, that didn't go very well.
No, unfortunately not.
Alright. Well, that went about as well as expected.
It did. Nice.
You know when you're fighting someone and you're like, I can feel that this isn't going to end well, because you can kind of feel yourself making the mistake as you do it. Very much was the case there. I was like, I realized that I needed to either go forward, in which case I would have put them off, hopefully, or at least kind of freak them out a little bit. Or I needed to get around a corner while the health packs I had went off, but because I couldn't get around a corner in time, I was like, well, I made my choice, and as it turned out, I made the wrong one. Alright. Well, we can do but go once more onto the fields of battle. Now, Deedless, to go back to our previous conversation about sorcerers, if you were a Harry Potter spell, which one would you be?
I would probably be Leviosa, because nobody knows how to pronounce my name.
That's true. I think that's a pretty good one.
Thank you.
What
What about you?
I don't know. There's a lot of... I would probably stay away from the Fantastic Beast spells, because I can't remember what any of them are. I feel like Confundo, the ability to confuse people at will, is something which I feel it happens to me a lot, so I like to both do it to other people. Alright, into the fort. So this time round, I'm gonna eschew, I'm not sure what the right term is here, the use of actual weapons.
Yeah.
Oh wait, do we have someone right on us? I was trying to figure out where my melee button was. I think I moved it around, but then I couldn't figure out where it was. Well, that went about terribly. So
Yeah, I remember you customizing your entire setup.
yeah, I think it was because I wasn't. Maybe it's because I just wasn't looking in the right place. All right, we'll do one more, and then we'll give it over to you guys on the stream to play with. Okay, so new question.
Okay, hit me.
If you were a classic video game character.
Okay, what's a classic video game?
So, let's say an iconic video game character.
Okay.
So, probably more like sort of emphasis towards older, I would guess. Which one would you be? So we're talking like, Sonic, Mario, Zelda. I guess you could arguably put some of the more recent stuff like Master Chief in there because at this point, because it's actually been.
I have actually never played any of the Zelda games.
Oh, there's some good stuff in there. Like that. I mean, you probably have encountered a lot of the Zelda series DNA in other games, anyway. So, with that, if you've played other adventure games, then to an extent you've played Zelda, because that kind of at least popularized a lot of the genre conventions.
Yeah.
So yeah, in a sense, well, I don't know if you do play adventure games.
Can I just like take a just a video game character?
I guess so. If you can make it compelling.
Okay, well, I really like Max Caulfield from Life is Strange.
Okay, why's that?
I really like her story and her development, and I can resonate with her quite a lot with the way she is, how like her social life, how she deals with people in her life. Like I can understand the theme.
And also, you've got secret witch powers, which
I do. Yes, I can turn back time. I know that in 10 seconds you're gonna die.
Oh no. Well, that in good news, presumably that means if we just keep trying over and over again until I don't.
Nah. I'm not gonna help you that much.
Oh man.
Ha 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 ha.
Oh hi, Mark.
Oh hi.
What the hell?
Oh hi, March.
that was surprising.
See, I told you.
That was Taco. Taco just jumped on our heads.
I told you.
That was rude, Taco. You're a rude dude.
Well, I told you were gonna die.
You didn't tell me it was from a flying piece of food.
No, but I told you would die in 10 seconds. You did.
Ah! R.I.P. Raven Anime. Please. Alright. I've just uno mas. Uno mas. I want to at least have a game where it looks like I have got any idea what I'm doing, because everyone I've done so far just looks like I don't even played the game before.
Well, that's a lie. I know you played the game before, but I also know that when you're playing on iOS, it's not always going that well.
Well, like genuinely, like Raven Anime I hope we can attest this. Like, I was actually playing quite well for a while, and I was actually like, when people were running around, I was actually like hitting them. Like, this person's running around, and like I'm actually landing shots on them and stuff, which I've never was able really to do before. I don't know. I don't know. I actually don't know what this particular place is called. Alright, so we've reset the melee button.
Does the map have a name?
No.
Well, what do I know then?
You should give it a name.
We could call it I actually don't know. What should we call it, Peter?
Thinking emoji.
Thinking emoji?
Don't turn around.
Why is that? Why would you call it thinking emoji?
I don't know. I just the first thing that popped in my head. Ooh, 2-2 armor. Nice. Red 34. Now, if we need to do a caster, how well do you know your co-caster? This is my favourite weapon.
The what?
Red 34.
Oh, yeah, I love that one as well.
It's just very satisfying.
It's a very good one.
I don't think I've ever seen anybody using it.
You haven't?
Not in, like, ESL.
I use it a lot. Well, not in ESL. I've never seen one use it in ESL, but like in Battle Royale,
crap, I'm dead.
It's a pretty good one.
Rave Anime, we're not in the Discord at the moment because, unfortunately, we don't have quite enough trust in everybody to allow everybody just to jump on stream. But there is, well, if you head across to the ESL Discord, Big Gorilla is hanging out in the ESL viewing party, if any of you guys would like to join in on that. We're going to start up a community game now, since I think I've sucked and died enough at Battle Royale for at least a little bit. Taco Gaming, you're not sorry. You landed on my head and murdered me. That's not something which implies that one is sorry. I've been promoted.
Hey, congratulations.
Alright, so let's get you guys in game, and maybe you can... Let's literally, to be fair, Taco, I can't feel so mad about that, because that's the first time I've had someone literally land on my head and kill me. Like, that was quite memorable. At least if you're gonna die, die in a memorable way. Alright. Alright, I think that's good enough. So what map do you feeling like, T-less?
I always like the rooftops.
Bloodstruck fall over a rooftop.
I'm always a big fan of the rooftops.
Well, I'm a big fan of roofs. They certainly keep the rain off. They're like an umbrella you put on your house. So, guys, Taco Gaming and anyone else playing on iOS, please do come and join us live on stream. I think we are going to be waiting a little bit longer for our actual finals to start. So, please, show your skills in the world. Oh, Big Gorilla, if you're listening to the stream. Raven Anime is in the ESL viewing party with you. Would love to, I'm just thinking that they would like to make your acquaintance. Sahand Volsoon. Okay, that's an interesting name. I know.
We need more people to join up. And hi, Big Gorilla. I had no idea. Oh, guys, by the way, you can join the ESL viewing party over on Discord for ESL Modern Combat 5.
Yeah.
And I would very much recommend you to do that. Right now we have 2 people over there. Big Gorilla is one of them. And he's always a nice guy. So please go over there and talk to him.
Well, we've got enough to get this community game started. So, of course, guys, you can come and join in when the game is underway. ESL 123 or the global chat invite. Let's get things kicked off. And as soon as we've got our next ESL match, or the timer runs out, we shall return. For now, though, have fun on the rooftops and create some extremely violent memories together. Alright guys, welcome back, and a well-played team deathmatch. Taco, ooh, that Taco. Probably dropping, see, it was rooftops, Dealers. It was rooftops. That's the deadliest weapon at Taco's disposal. Dropping off rooftops. What a jerk. Now guys, we're going to head out on to the Battle Royale battlefield again. So please do come and join, unless your name is Taco, in which case you're barred forever. Forever!
That's a bit mean, don't you think?
Yeah, well, you know, I have to, if I bar enough people, then I'll win. Teardrop MC5, it's great that you're interested in getting involved as an MC5 shoutcast. So unfortunately your questions aren't really terribly appropriate for the stream, but you can certainly get in touch with Gameloft at their email address in the top right hand corner if you'd like to discuss that kind of thing further. For now, though, we're going to head out onto the battlefield once more. We haven't had the best of times in this stream, at least. I feel like, you know, having peaked with that tofu breakfast. Now, I'm just, you know, stuck trying to make up for lost time. Alright, 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 alright. Yes, actually, for anyone who's not watching on YouTube and didn't catch the conversation, if any of you guys are interested in commentating in Modern Combat 5, then certainly the route which we basically took was to, well, either to be established already. Oh no, big gorillas in this game! YOLO fiddly. If you're not already established as a commentator, then I believe what Gameloft certainly used to do, and I suspect they probably will be willing to do so again, is if you are an established YouTuber who puts out Modern Combat 5 commentated content, it's going to be a lot easier to transition into being a commentator than if you didn't do that. Actually, yeah, Dealers, what advice would you give to an aspiring commentator?
Well, I would always reach out to established commentators and ask for help. I think that should always be the way to go.
I think that's reasonable advice.
Thank you. That's why I said it. Hey.
Yeah, I'd say, like, at least, like, certainly as an initial thing, I would definitely be making YouTube videos. That's a pretty solid way to...
Yeah, I guess you're right. That's probably a very good way of at least making your presence known.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things which I particularly like about the kind of, like, the commentating thing is that it's, I mean, it's a good and a bad thing in that anybody can do it, and also anybody can start doing it at any time. You know, for example, you know, if you're any of the one in the stream who wants to start commentating MT5 stuff, you could literally just mute the stream and talk over it. I mean, you know, it's not ideal because you don't have the sound effects, but for the most part, you're in more or less the same position anyone else is. If you know, you kind of start off being terrible at it, but everybody starts off being terrible at it. Or nearly everybody. I'd say, like, there are probably many more commentators who started off being professional commentators who started off being terrible than the ones who started off being amazing, though. Throw up a YOLO if you're from the stream in the game. I think hopefully we've avoided that player's, yeah, I'm very sure I remember that player from last time. Maybe they got killed straight away as well. I think we've avoided getting Taco this time. I have to wonder, though, how long Taco was, like, waiting for us. On that rooftop. Perched. Like a Cape Crusader. Alright. So, Hero Gaming Summon, Big Gorilla. hopefully we'll catch you in this game. We might be getting another pass key coming through, so if that is the case, then we'll jump ship on this one. Hey, Baron Samdi, nice to see you again. Ah, yes, big gorillas in the game. Fancy loot you got there. So, okay, so we've got an update on the tournament itself. Let's see if this is reflected on the bracket. So, A and G will be the ones moving up to... Ooh, that's a little confusing. Alright, we'll actually... we'll have to hold the phone on sort of updating there, because I think there's still some things to be resolved. Ooh, hello. Ah, what, 2 people? That's unreasonable. Okay. I've managed to survive for longer than about 90% of them so far, so that's a good start. And if I can find an actual weapon, I'd be off to the races. Ooh, nice tier 3 armor. Now I'm the fanciest guy around. Let's see. So yes, okay, yes, we're getting a little bit more clarification. So we'll confirm with you guys in a second exactly what's happened, because it's a little bit of an unusual circumstance. But hopefully that means we'll be able to move forward with the official ESL competition shortly. So I hope that you will be along with us for the ride. And I hope at some point I'll pick up a health pack. Well, at least that's a gun of some sort. Whoop, and whoop. I don't know if the compact is actually good if it's got attachments. I suspect probably it's still not. Man, how far can a person go without finding any health packs or any speed boosts at all? This far, apparently.
Good question.
I think we're about to run into... Oh, there we go. Health pack. Just at the last possible moment. Right. Alright, so dealers, where should we go?
Well, somewhere to find a good weapon instead of a shotgun.
Well, we've got a sniper. But yeah, I mean, I'd much prefer a... Oh, I suppose we haven't actually been to here as of yet. I don't know if someone's already been through all of this stuff already. I kind of feel like any place that doesn't have a name, oftentimes people sort of ignore it because, okay, given there's nothing in here, I think we might be out of luck. Alright. I think we're going to have to get our stuff the old-fashioned way. But shooting people in the face. The old ski asylum. Let's see, how are we doing battery-wise? Oh, not particularly good. Alright, so we're next. We're next.
I don't know, Peter. Remember you run faster with your pistol out.
Ooh, good point. Alright, let's go for the 4. I think the circle's probably... It feels like the forts... Oh, actually, no. Oh, hello. Oh, at least we found a friend.
Well, if he's your friend, why would you kill him then? Or why would he kill you?
Good question, Taco. Alright, we're gonna grab you guys for another game. Oh, man. Let's see. So, free-for-all or team battle? What do you think, dealers?
Threefold.
Alright, and our destination?
Wait, I think, yeah, we have another code, actually.
Oh, we do?
Yes.
Well, in that case, let's see. So I think this is actually going to be a replacement semi-final. If I'm not 100% certain on this, but we'll find out momentarily. So our Mob Crush giveaway will remain in place, and we'll update you guys as soon as we're 100% certain. But I think we're going to be jumping into this one in just a moment, and hopefully, well, it's Roxas we're going to be seeing playing, but I think we're going to be seeing a replacement semi-final rather than anything else. We'll update you guys in a second once that becomes apparent. Let's see, so Acme and 7 are from, I think, ANG? Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Okay, so it looks like we are doing a do-over on our semi-final. How unusual. So, guys, we'll just be getting in our players now. And I believe they'll be getting ready to go in just a few seconds more, so stay tuned. And our redo of our semi-finals will begin in just a few moments. Alright guys, welcome back and to our do-over semi-finals, ANG versus Roxas. Now unfortunately, due to an admin decision, Severe will not be able to play any longer. We'll see if ANG can impress just as much as Severe managed to in their game too.
And now obviously Roxas, they are still the big favorites in this matchup against ANG. Now, Roxas, however, they did lose one map against the side of Severe. So, they have shown that Roxas, they are beatable. But for ANG, they're gonna have to pull out a miracle still to take down this legendary squad of Roxas.
Let's see what they've got for us. Certainly, yeah, we've got a little taste of ANG in that first round. So, I have to think that going aggressive on Roxas and trying to stop them from playing their particular style is the way to go here if, again, you're looking to try and upset a team that, at least on paper, is the superior squad.
Now, the game, not a very fast one, but a push comes out here, and Roxas, they do find a lot of kills and actually even up this game. ANG, not really able to fight that well back, but actually do manage to find a few kills here and there, and they do contain their 2-kill lead.
So ANG representing the USA against Roxas from Japan. We're seeing some real nice work coming out of Edge in the recent times. 5-0 so far, finally getting taken down, but a big reason why ANG have managed to stay this far ahead in the early going.
Helios right there does find a kill. Now ANG, Casanova also finds a kill for them. 2 kills ahead is making them just stay a bit ahead of Roxas. But there's a long way to go with 4 minutes and 55 seconds left on the timer.
We are still in the best of 3 stages, so every game is going to be extremely important as Helios rips things up in close quarters. I think the standout player, yes, for Roxas to compare to Edge, though. Edge down at the moment. Acme trying to step in with the sniper rifles of their own. Picking off right there. Not a bad pickup at all. Does get a little thrown off by that decoy. And doesn't have any backup as Zero comes a call in.
That is true counterfeit. Without backup, it is going to be hard. Right here, Roxas. Oh, Zero finds another kill. And Roxas, they find themselves with a 5-kill lead. So ANG, bit in trouble. And they don't want to fall this far behind against Roxas, who are just so good at containing their lead and keeping up with the curve.
So, something unusual we're seeing here from Zero is they're using the Com4 rocket launcher, which at one point was ubiquitous. Everybody was using it. I believe it got a nerf way back in the day to take a lot of damage out of it. But something you saw there, which you wouldn't see necessarily from a Slack, is that it's relatively effective at longer ranges, even if it's got a bit of travel time on the missile. I don't know how it compares as far as the Slack goes. I suspect probably not as good, just because the Slack, it's completely taken the place of the Com4 probably for the last year, if not longer. Edge staying out of trouble for the time being, but this is the player that we saw doing very well along with Acme that actually pushed ANG ahead in the early going. So playing it slow and steady, I don't think is going to go towards the American team's favor.
No, not when you have a lead on the side of Roxas. Then you want to up the tempo and you want to find more kills for ANG. The fact that they are slowing down the game does mean that Roxas, they get more time rather to set up their defensive positions and cut down ANG when they push in.
Acme doing some real good work there, I think, making use of the evil eye to spot out their target before they go around the corner. I feel like it's a perk that was intended for long-range firefight to be able to see through the wall and spot your opposition, but in close quarters to be able to draw a bead on your opponent as you go around the corner. Pre-firing, not really an option with snipers for the most part, but it is when you know exactly where your opponent will be.
That is true counterfeit with 2 minutes and... So make that 1 minute and 55 seconds left to go. Roxas sitting so well in this game. Very far ahead. So pre-firing with those snipers might be something that can help them a bit more. Now Zero still rocking that rocket launcher. But it is going to be Carry finding a kill onto Acme.
Just 3 ahead for Roxas. They're going to be feeling a little bit of the strain here as being already exposed in their last semi-final they played. As a team that it's possible to take games off of. And a team that's possible to take a game off is possible to take a series off. Zero continuing to work their magic in the front of the main structure. But wow, Acme 20 and 15, more than half of the ANG kills on this single member, but also nearly half of their deaths as well.
But Roxas have now reached that 42 kills, which means that they only need to get 8 more. And with 50 seconds left to go, and with Zero finding another kill right here, they can run down that clock. There's no need to go aggressive. There's no need to look for those last kills. As with the timer running down, and with them having a kill lead, they can fall back.
Time is running out for ANG. They've managed to keep up for the most part, but Roxas know when to apply the pressure. It's in these last few moments. They know ANG will start to get more aggressive, more reckless, and that can be the time when they can be punished the worst. Terenji does get one, but Rusey and the rest of Roxas trying to bleed ANG for all they can.
5 seconds left to go, and this game will go into the hands of Roxas, the first game of this upper semi-final. Next game will be on Vantage, where ANG will look to carry over this momentum and actually take a game off of Roxas.
Alright guys, the Mob Crush giveaway will stay in place. Cosnut, thank you for your entry over on there. So we shall see, everybody, once we come back from break, if and when ANG will come alive. Acme, working incredibly hard in that last game. I honestly don't know what to make of a player who's got double digits kills and deaths. But that's what ANG have got to work with, and we'll see what they can make out of them in game number 2. Welcome back everyone from across the planet. Roxas and ANG clash once more in our do-over semi-finals. Roxas managed to recover what could have been a bit of a shaky game number one. ANG got the steely reserve to bring back the series and reverse it on Roxas.
We're gonna have to see if Roxas they can lead once again in the last semi-final. They did lose out here in game number 2. ANG looking to do the same. They did manage to actually take Roxas to like nearly the last kill. Take them all the way. They kept up for a long time. But now Roxas coming out, finding 2 kills to begin with, are doing quite well for themselves.
Yeah, seeing some pretty brutal exchanges of gunfires again. We're seeing Zero using that calm of 4. Ooh, well, we definitely change off them there, given the old motion sickness. As Roxas, the Cobra picks up a 3rd kill for themselves. I think Roxas, dealers, I mean, we've been noticing this pattern with Roxas that they've started losing more first games, and I have to think this is, one of the reasons why we don't tend to see teams necessarily staying at the top forever, is that, you start to get complacent. If you're a top team, you think, we don't need to go all out to beat everyone because we can just beat everybody. I have to start to wonder if this is creeping in for Roxas, if in that first game they just take the measure of their opponent. But, I don't know, I feel like there's eventually going to be an opponent who they lose that first game to, and then they, then suddenly they drop a second and they're out of the tournament.
You know what, Counterfeit? For the longer you stay on top of a tournament or a league, the more time you give your opponents to figure you out, the more exposure they get of the way that you play, because they have more footage of how you play. And I think that's what's happening here with Roxas in the blue MC5 Cups.
No, you're right. If you just look at any given blue finals, then you're pretty sure to find Roxas. There must be crazy amounts of information on how Roxas play, and I suppose that's why it's important for the teams to keep on adapting so that they can't be caught out by being very predictable. The only thing we can predict right now is that Roxas are on a massively upwards facing trajectory. ANG looked so good before, but it's not looking so good anymore.
Oh, it certainly isn't. Roxas right here coming in with a 10 kill lead, and ANG falling very far behind. In the first game they kept up, but now it's looking like they can't transfer that momentum that they had in game number 1.
Well, something I find fascinating here is that Zero, this is the COM4 user we were talking about before, that rocket launcher, actually leading the scoreboard on the heavy on a map Vantage, which is known for its snipers, known for its COG-V usage because of the big wide open spaces.
That is true, Counterfeit, and that is definitely something that's helping Roxas out quite a lot. Having someone like Zero on that heavy just run up to the face of your opponent and shoot them with that shotgun. Now Roxas seems like they have figured out their opponent, that they are mad about having been killed so many times in game number 1, that right here they are ready to end it very soon. They don't even need to allow their opponents to get to the 40 kill mark, because Roxas, they need 1 more kill, and all they need is 4 minutes to take down their opponents, and that's what we see right here. 50 kills to 32 for Roxas.
Alright, so there we go. Roxas officially claim their place in the grand finals, which means that our Mob Crush giveaway is over. Cosnut is our Mob Crush winner. Congratulations. And congratulations to Roxas. ANG could not be the team that took down the Titans of Roxas before they made it through to that best of 5. So we shall see again if there is anyone, any team, anywhere that can match up. Let's find those numbers, and it's looking like Roxas, the Cobra, pulling the strongest performance out of that game, but Rai doing some good work as well. Remember Acme from before, who had those ludicrously high numbers, wasn't able to get them this time round, And I think we've got either Frankenstein's or the other Japanese team, the Huaqueleros. I would be my horribly inaccurate guess. We'll be joining them in the grand final shortly. Alright guys, so let's get y'all in a game. ESL 1, 2, 3 is all you need to come in and join once we've got that lobby set up and ready. And of course, the global chat invite. So, hey Noctis, good to see you. And yes, Baron Samdi. I believe Roxas showed us again why they're the team at the very tippy top. Alright, let's get this one up quick, because I think we may have a finals hopefully sooner rather than later. Conversion our destination. So, dealers, if, admittedly, I don't actually, this is how sheltered I was raised. Accumulating betting odds. What I was going to try and figure out is, let's see. Oh man. Okay, never mind. I was going to try and figure out if we could give some sort of odds as to Roxas' success or not, but I suddenly realized that I didn't understand gambling at all. Yes, Baron Samdi, Roxas' defense was very solid. I felt very much like A&G ran into a wall there.
Yeah, well, they didn't have a lot of momentum to carry from game number 1 to game number 2. It just felt like they kind of fell apart and couldn't keep up with how they played in game number 1.
Noctis, welcome, and Bocarino? Let's see if we can get just a couple more bodies in place for our break game. Taco Gaming. I hope they get to play with Crispy again, is all I can say. Alright, I think we've got enough to get started with. So guys, enjoy our break game, and we shall return very soon. Whoops, that's not the right one. Ahem. There we go. Welcome back one and all, our grand finals are here. Roxas from Japan facing off against the Franks of Frankenstein. Over in the red, a best of 5 to determine who will be taking home the lion's share of the $500 prize.
It is going to come down to Frankenstein versus Roxas counterfeit right here and now. We talked to Frankenstein before we went into today's competition, and they said that their only rivals are Roxas because they are players that are better than them, so they always try hard to win against them. They also said that Roxas, they are number 1 because they have better internet than Frankenstein. But now Frankenstein, I would like to see them win here against Roxas and say that, well, we don't care about internet, we're just better than you.
Now, we do have some shocking but unsubstantiated claims made by Frankenstein about the Roxas squad. You know, we can't confirm these because we haven't done our due diligence, we're not real journalists, but Frankenstein have told us the Roxas are very rude to them. And so we have firmly established in our minds that Roxas are the bad guys in this whole situation.
To clarify what Peter is saying, we talked to Frankenstein and they said that Roxas, they always quote-unquote abuse them through their words. What that means, whether or not it is banter or trash talk, we don't know. But for sure, Frankenstein, they are mad and they want to take down Roxas. But for now, it seems like whenever Roxas, they take 2 steps ahead, Frankenstein, they only take 1. Which means that right now, Roxas, they do have a lead.
It's not insurmountable, the Rudy Tooties of Roxas. Certainly have had much bigger leads than before as Rai lands through Roxas, pushing it through around Big Head and holding onto it for the time being. We'll be looking to see, of course, with Frankenstein, as much as everybody is the underdogs against Roxas, if Frankenstein have got a particular plan for trying to deal with Roxas's might.
For now, it's looking like they are just working as individuals. Frankenstein not really pushing together, not grouping up as a team. Whereas Roxas, they always have each other's backs, but now Frankenstein they have found a lot of kills simply by just forcing their pressure down onto Roxas, and now actually they do have a lead.
Yeah, honestly, impressive stuff. Roxas, even for the time being, you have to know this is going to be one of those games here in the museum that can turn one way or the other so very quickly, because I think we are starting to see the teams really starting to clump up now. So there's this big potential to get a lot of points in a hurry. But if a play goes bad, then you can lose almost an entire team in one flurry.
Military support coming in for Roxas. Will they be able to find any kills? For now, they've not found a single one with that military support. And they are starting to fall behind here against Frankenstein. It's very usual that Roxas, they lose their first game and then they win the following 3. But if they do so right here and they continue to lose, then Frankenstein, they would be writing history.
Bleach, I think it's going to be the standout player for Frankenstein in this game, along with Noctis. An absolutely earth-shaking performance with that imp. Shiny for very good reasons. We can see the world-ending prowess. Frankenstein ahead by 4 though as Roxas win out that last trade. Frankenstein so close to getting at that game 1 and 1 step towards the big prize. But Roxas never more dangerous than when cornered.
Now Frankenstein, all they need is 3 more kills. And they are so close to securing it. Crispy finds a kill onto Zero with that imp. And suddenly after Bleach finds a kill onto Kiri, the game is simply over. And Frankenstein, they will win this first game in the grand final 50-43.
Well, there you go, guys. Dealers has predicted it based on empirical evidence. We've seen this before, but Frankenstein, nonetheless, a game in hand is a step towards victory. Will Roxas repeat history and turn the finals back around, or will Frankenstein be the ones to finally dethrone the kings at the top of the clouds? Don't go anywhere, our YouTube giveaway stays in place, and we shall return in 7 minutes or less. Welcome back one and all. Our grand finals continues. And will Roxas live up to expectations and turn this series back around? Or have we found a team in Frankenstein who can break Roxas's death grip on the top of the Blue December Cups?
Now, Frankenstein, they have told us that they love maps where they can have short-term clashes, where they can just meet up with someone and have these short fights. And here on this map, here on Conversion, they can do so. It's not a big map, so they can find these quick types of aggression. And well, it's working out so far with them having a 5-kill lead already.
Wow, Roger, absolutely fearless in the face of Roxas there, just calmly reloading their shotgun while running right past and then turning around and killing both of them. Frankenstein, I'm prepared to be surprised here. If they get a second game against Roxas, they are doing something that nearly no team has done in as long as I can remember.
Yeah, if Frankenstein are able to take 2 games off of Roxas, then that is history. If they're able to take down Roxas, then they are doing something that no team have been able to do in the recent history. Roxas, they have won every weekly cup in February. They have won the Blue November finals 2 weeks ago. They have an 85% win rate over 41 games. This team is so dominant, and it's going to take quite a team to take them down. But Frankenstein, they're making a case for it.
Thiet gets another one in for Frankenstein. You know, it always feels like Roxas' delight in toying with our expectations to give us the hope that we might see a new set of top teams crowned. But every time they have denied us, they've laughed in our faces and said, "You must be crazy if you think Roxas can be defeated." Frankenstein, letting me believe for a few moments, but I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop here. We know how good Roxas are, and once the hurt starts coming, it won't stop.
No, it certainly will not. And it seems like Roxas, they now are warmed up and they are ready to go. At least Frankenstein, they're having a bit more trouble now against this lineup, and they are falling behind.
Now it's one, but by the end of the game, what will this look like? Minutes away from a massive upset or a crushing disappointment for Frankenstein. I have to think, I do start to wonder if this, if this concession of the game one might even be a psychological ploy from the Japanese squad to give the opposing team some form of hope and then just rip it rudely away again and again. Frankenstein, though, don't seem like they've given up hope quite as of yet. Bleach currently leading the scoreboard, seconded by Roger, but Rai on the side of Roxas, 10-4, looking extremely good.
It is not over yet, but it is very close. Roxas and Frankenstein, 2 kills separating these 2 teams. Frankenstein so very close they can taste it. A 2-game lead against Roxas.
Frankenstein, they're in the business of making history. Roxas coming back with a last-second rush, but it could be just what Frankenstein need. Roxas, they're not used to being on the back foot, but they're going to put their best foot forward. The last charge comes in. Crispy grabs one. Going to keep our eyes on Bleach, the top scorer for the squad. And one is done. Noctis gets the kill, and Frankenstein make history. Even if they don't win this series, they have done what nearly no other team has ever done. And Roxas stand 2-0 down in a monthly finals.
Holy hell, Frankenstein coming in, taking 2 games off of Roxas. That is not something you see every day. And Frankenstein, they're doing such a perfect job at fighting against Roxas this time around. Roxas, the legendary team that have won more or less everything there is to win. And it's looking like they're going to be falling down today. They're going to be dethroned.
And Well, I can't wait to see this game number 3. I think I will believe it, dealers, when I see it. I still don't believe we're in a situation where Roxas are down 0-2 to anybody. The idea that we could be looking at Roxas not only losing for the first time in forever, but to lose 0-3, that's just impossible. But we shall see. Can the impossible happen? You will find out live on stream. Next game, our finals could be coming to a close and history could be broken after the break. Welcome back, one and all. Roxas, Frankenstein, game number 3. Numbers at the top. We never expected to see the French squad Frankenstein. Fearful, respectful. Two sides of the same coin. But those coins have been falling in favour of Frankenstein. One more game win, and they will have done the unthinkable, the unimaginable. Roxas, for the first time in as long as either of us can remember, down 2-0. One more game will seal the deal.
They are sitting on championship point, counterfeit. Roxas. They are about to lose to Frankenstein. And Frankenstein, they're about to write history. Coming out here in the first minute. Finding 6 kills and not giving over a single one. Roxas are looking defeated. It's looking like this could very well be the Frankenstein lineups tournament.
You can only imagine the comms of the Roxas side. Yeah, but if anything, it's the amount of pressure that's got to be on them from week to week as the #1 team. I have to wonder at this point if they've even forgotten what it feels like to be the team that's under pressure, the team that's got to fight their way back into a series, because that's what they do to everybody else.
But now they are under pressure. Right now, they are so close to losing this monthly final. Roxas, they cannot afford to make any mistakes. If they do so, Frankenstein will punish them hard. And Frankenstein, they just need a few mistakes to secure themselves the championship.
Well, Roxas have nothing to lose but everything. We're going to be coming at Frankenstein with all that they've got. If Frankenstein want to take this tournament and call themselves the best team of December, they're going to need to show us all the way through this game to the very last moment.
4 kills is what is separating these two teams. Roxas, they reduce it to 2 kills with Kiri finding some shots here with that imp. But Crispy immediately fights back and finds Ryusei. Now Frankenstein and Roxas, they are just trading kills left and right. I love what we're seeing with these sniper rifles. It's all about these explosive shots. Get it a 1 kill. There's nothing about pulling out that DPS. There's nothing about the cock Vs. It's raw sniping.
As Noah said on YouTube, can't remember the last time Roxas didn't win 3-1 or 3-0. Whatever happens here, that streak of Roxas has been broken. History has been rewritten. It's just a final step for Frankenstein. But if things start to turn against them, you have to imagine that it's so dangerous with Frankenstein here that they could immediately start to become frustrated, as we seem to be reading that Roxas are right now.
Frankenstein, even though I've said that Roxas can't make mistakes, Frankenstein, they can't get too comfortable. If they just lean back and say, okay guys, we have this in our backpack, then they will lose. They need to keep up this performance just for 3 more minutes or for 17 more kills, and then they will have won. Then the championship will be theirs.
It's hard to imagine just being in a game, looking at a clock and saying, if we can pull this off for the next few minutes, 3 minutes of their lives, that's $200 difference, a $350 prize for first place in a monthly finals. It's not a situation that comes up in many people's lives to have so much swing on your competitive performance in such a small amount of time. But this is where the players get the chance to experience what competition can truly mean when the consequences are so massive.
Well, the consequence of this game will be that Roxas, they will be dethroned, and Frankenstein, they will be the new victors of this MC5 Blue Cups. Roxas, they have had a good run, and Frankenstein, while being a legendary team, have had their ups and downs as of recently. Now with 2 minutes and 10 seconds left to go, Frankenstein, they're so close.
Kiri the Guardian at the gate. Roxas will not go quietly into the night. 2 minutes left to play. Frankenstein hold on to their lead. Zero. Roxas trying to gather together, trying to find a way back in. This is not done. No matter what the numbers say, Frankenstein, they need to win another fight. As Roxas keep creeping back up, I'm still not willing to count out Roxas entirely. It's gonna take one last play.
Oh, but Roger that, he finds 2 kills, and suddenly it's looking over as they reach that 49 kill mark on the side of Frankenstein.
Ooh.
And it's over. Roxas, they've lost this monthly final. Frankenstein, they are all victors of this monthly final.
Honestly, it's gonna take me a while to believe that happened. But you can say, Dealers, I can say that we were here when Roxas fell. They have had an incredible undefeated run in MC5 Esports, and we said it every single time. It had to come to an end sometime. I just didn't think it would be like this.
No, I did expect Roxas to put up more of a performance. I did not expect to see Roxas being dethroned in a 3-0 manner. I would at least expect a 3-2, but nonetheless, Frankenstein, they come in today as the clear best team, as the team that definitely looked the best in today's competition.
All right, guys. So D-less is gonna head off. Is of course ahead of us by an hour. So D-less, thank you so much for joining us. We'll finish out our last giveaways of the day, and I think all together try and recover ourselves from the shock of a world where Roxas are not the #1 dominant team. Of course, this is just the beginning of the journey for Frankenstein. Roxas, they've defended their title again and again and again. I can only imagine what's going on in the Frankenstein locker room right now. You know, it's got to be disbelief for them, but maybe not. They did what they needed to. They got the job done, and I can only imagine that they had, even if none of us believed it was possible, they had to have believed that they could do it, and they did. So we're gonna do our YouTube giveaway. So there is one, and Shivari Granderson will be the next. So we're going to throw up one more Battle Royale just to allow for the last entry or the last details to come back through. Taco Gaming, each of the giveaways take 2 to 3 weeks to arrive. If they do not, then please drop your details in the chat at that point. So stick a little note in your calendar. If you haven't got them at that point, then let us know and I'll send a message through to the community manager. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, all of you, it has been a tremendous honor and pleasure to be able to share this particular journey with you. Every time I even started talking about the possibility of Frankenstein winning, mentally I was holding myself back and saying, whatever you say here, it's going to be wrong. Frankenstein, they look like they're winning. They look like they're going to win, but it's not going to happen. Shivari Granderson, thank you for your details. We'll get you noted down as well. So that is officially the end of our big weekend of Modern Combat 5. 4 tournaments, and we have 4 winners. Not perhaps the winners that we might have expected, but winners nonetheless. Alright, so we'll do this one last game, a Battle Royale, and then we shall be done. Congratulations to Shivari Granderson and Taco Gaming for being our giveaway winners. But, of course, our grandest thanks to Frankenstein for doing an incredible job and breaking the unbreakable. This will be a day that will live in MC5 history for a long time. Of course, it just means when we come to next week and to our future tournaments, you have to know that we will be seeing a lot more of Roxas, a lot more of Frankenstein. A title once won is only worth the ferocity with which it is defended. I'll be fascinated to see if Frankenstein can duplicate the long-term success of Roxas. That almost seems like an impossibility in itself, given how long Roxas were dominant, but not apparently infallible. Whew. Right, let's see if we can find ourselves some more stuff out here on the battlefield. Alright, got a decent amount of stuff. These are all things I'm not upset to have equipped. Our thanks again to Aviator Featured, our ESL admin for today, keeping everything running behind the scenes. And we hope that you, if you haven't already, please do give us a subscribe on the Modern Combat YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, all that good stuff. If you'd like to find more of my good stuff, you can find me at youtube.com/counterfeitcast, and I'm counterfeitcast on Twitter as well. Right, so let's get down to business. So we really want a tier 3 armor if we could be so bold, but I think we'll just have to make do. Oh, hello. Thank you kindly. Oh. Wow, they really didn't have very much of anything. Right, we need to get up on this hill because even with the blue zone advancing, I don't want to be on the low ground when we start advancing into other people's sites. If you win 2 times on one... Well, I believe they go out in waves, Granderson. So I'm not 100% certain exactly when they'll go out, but if you've got several stacked up, then it's quite likely they'll go out all at once. But it kind of depends. I guess the answer is, like a lot of things, is it depends on when it's sent out, really. It's possible that you get them at the same time, but I would assume that is less likely to be the case than not. Man, everybody we're killing has got very little stuff. We need to find ourselves some richer competition. Hopefully rich, but not skillful. Ideally. So someone's already been through here and grabbed all this stuff. There are a few places that people don't tend to look for, though. Oh, no, they've already had all that stuff. I think we missed the big fight here. Oh, maybe not. So, like all Battle Royales, it's not ideal to head into the late game without very much stuff. I'm hoping nobody came this far. Oh, well there's an opponent just outside the fort. So I'll try and remember where they are. Aha! A special delivery. Alrighty. So that gets us all the ammo we could actually need, and we could probably just go and harvest all of the other stuff from here. I think we have got companions, though. Let's upgun as best we can. There they are. Oh man, we made a mess of it there. Alright guys, well that's going to be the end of our stream. We evidently need to work on our positioning and our aim. But we did alright, I think we did okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. We will of course be back next week with more Modern Combat 5. Thank you guys so much for dropping by, and we'll see you again next week.